I've been recently asked a few times about how I put together certain cues and just how I about my approach to putting together some music, specifically for TV shows. And so I thought I would just do one. I would just do a cue, like in the style of a lot of the shows I've worked on, like Selfie and Splitting Up Together and Suburgatory, those kind of shows that have these little emotional moments that I often do with piano, acoustic guitar, just pretty straightforward, simple stuff. I thought I would break one down for you. This isn't to picture, this is just an example. But it might start with me just watching along to picture to see where I want to put it and kind of feeling my way through it and improvising something on the guitar. And I'll just start with something simple, like threw the capo on in a random position because I like how the guitar sounds capoed. And then I'll just start playing something. That's kind of an okay idea, and I'll find the tempo of it. So I'll go over to Pro Tools. That's not the tempo, so I'll find a tempo. I'm guessing I'm probably around. Let's see if I was right. I guessed 86. That's probably right. Something like. All right, I like that tempo. Got my mic, which is always right here, attached to the desk for just such an occasion. I just pull that over, open up a track in Pro Tools, throw on some headphones, listen to the click, and start there. Now, in this case, I kind of have a melody that I'm able to play with the guitar part, but sometimes I just come up with a chord progression, and then I build a melody on top. Sure, in theory, I should write from a melodic standpoint, but sometimes when I'm writing the TV and there's a lot of dialogue going on, I kind of need more of a bed that's more harmonic than it is melody driven. I think I'm too fast. I think we could slow this down a little bit. Oh, I made a mistake right there at the end. Maybe I can punch it. Let's say that's the basic outline of our cue. Let's start building on it. Now, I might take a little more time with these things if I was really doing a show here. I'm just making an example. It's maddening to me. I listen to my part back and it's fine, but it's not perfect. There's a little noise here and there. Maybe I don't like my time in a certain place or how I struck just one particular note in one of the arpeggios or something. I'm not going to go through and do all that stuff and redo it. But I could, and I should. Let's see what I can come up with on top of here. Again, imperfect, but not bad. Nice little melody at the beginning. A little bit of a mistake somewhere in there, which I'm going to quickly punch. We'll just get that in there. And I'm going to change the melody on this B section too, I think. And then let's fix up the end so that the melodic material there is the same as the stuff at the beginning. I'm going to remind myself what I played. Yeah, right there, it's almost like a TV music instantly. A little chord progression, a little guitar-y wanking. That's basically how I do it. But then we add some stuff. We put a little sauce on it, right? So that it seems more deliberate. So that it doesn't seem like all I did was just. I think the easiest next step is to put a little bass on it. I like this little hipster bass here for a reason. Not just because it's like, you know, looks all vintage and old and cheap and like a beginner bass from the 60s, which it kind of is. But I like it with these flat wound strings because it has some character. I don't know. It's got some flavor. So I use it a lot because it pops through. So let's see if having a little bass on this helps at all. That worked all right. And not that a cue like this is not going to require tons of thought in terms of my mix, but I do mix as I go, as I put things down. So there's a little reverb, some reverb sends that are in my template. I'm using the UAD EMT 140 emulation, and I got a little slap delay, and I'll pan one guitar one way and one the other, and put a little slap into the opposite one to give it a subtle stereo spread. In a continued effort to put a little flavor on here, a little sauce. I'll use a little Ampeg B15 on my amp, on my bass, because I don't have a B15. And again, I do very much like the emulation from UAD. Continuing on, maybe I'll throw a little Wurlitzer on there. That's a common thing I would do on this. I mean, all the keyboards in my studio are always set up. They're always plugged in. I don't have to do anything there. So I got my Wurlitzer that's back here. I just have to walk over to it. And I've got my iPad with the Pro Tools Control app. So I can do that. Let's try it. It's E flat. The last chord is an E flat. That's why. So I've just listened down to my playing of the whirly, and I think I really rushed a couple of these chords, but I'm gonna, for this, I'm gonna just edit it. I think I would likely replay this if this was a show that I was working on, but I think the edits are gonna be fine too. So what I think I'm gonna wind up doing is just taking this Mellotron, pulling up I got a Celeste patch. It's very cute. And I think I'm really just gonna add on top of the track that's there. It's not really gonna play the melody. So what I think I'm gonna do with this Mellotron patch is I'm gonna do a little bit of an answer, I guess. To be honest, I don't know if the Whirly and the Mellotron Celeste are working together. I feel like they're in each other's way a little bit. But again, this is just an example. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little more Mellotron, and I'm gonna do the old Strawberry Fields flutes kind of vibe. Send it to a bunch of reverb, and I'll throw the Waves Real ADT on it. I might be kind of done with that one for now, you know? I feel like that's all it needs, and I probably worked on this for all of about an hour and 10 minutes at this point, hour and 20 minutes, which obviously I haven't put a ton of time into this, but sometimes when I'm doing a show, you know, you got a lot of music to get through in a day, and you're doing a half-hour show that you might have 3 or 4 days to score before the dub, is how it was often going for me these last couple of times, which is a lot. Oh, I forgot about one thing entirely, which is we could put drums on this. And this is why it winds up taking me a long time to do things, because then I'm overcomplicating it. So I have my little drum booth over here. My drums also are always wired up and ready to go, but I'm terrible at actually playing them, which that makes this all complicated. So here I am in the drum booth, and I have a little preset in Pro Tools. I just click on my drums, and the channels all open up for the mics that I have up here, and a pair of 87s, mono overhead, and a kick and a snare, and pretty straightforward. About 5 mics total on my drums. I bring my iPad in to control Pro Tools again. I'm gonna accept that as a take. Terrible, but I'm gonna accept it. I mean, here's the thing. Typically, I would probably spend so much time on each one of these parts to try to make them just right, and then I would time correct the drums, and I would do all this stuff, and I don't, you know, I'm just making an example right now. But I think it's kind of passable, like in the sense of like, I think this gives you the idea of how I might create one of these cues, and put a little reverb on it, and make it sound pretty. And I think it's an emotional little moment, and I think you could have a father-daughter heart-to-heart in this moment. You could have a breakup. You could have a, you know, who knows? Any number of emotional rom-com moments could be unfolding as this music plays. Hope that's helpful. Hope that was entertaining. If you dug it, by all means, leave me a comment and let me know. Thanks for watching. This squeak here, it's an egregious squeak. Got to get rid of that squeak. You can't have it. You can't have it. So let's just, it's going to be, I think it's as simple as editing it out. I think that's the culprit right there. When all is said and done, I feel like it's better with just the maybe 1 or 2 acoustic guitars, and all the nonsense I put on there is crap. It's garbage. I don't know, but you know, then that's I'll send that over as an alt if I was doing a show. You can try it like this, you can try it like that.